Do. Alright. Whew. Yeah, we definitely need to get some gas. 12 miles to end of range. Excuse me. Well, that's concerning. I just had this thing oil changed. No, that's not good. But this thing, okay. Sorry guys, this is Meathead Moto back with you for another video. I know that my oil pressure light is on. I do not know why. I just had this thing's oil changed. And when I rode it back from getting the oil changed, it didn't have any problems. No lights were on or anything. I don't know why my oil pressure light is on right now. And I'm concerned. Did an oil pressure sensor just quit out on me? Because that's kind of shitty that after I just had the oil changed on it, that it's saying that there's no oil pressure. Now obviously that should be, for most people that'd be like, oh, let's fucking not do that, but that doesn't make sense, because I started the bike up and I rode it home, which is 12 miles home, and it didn't have a light on, and obviously the motor didn't explode, so what? Well, we're gonna go to the gas station quick and fill up and then see what's up, because that's a problem. I don't think that I have I would disagree. I don't think that my fucking bike is actually not pushing oil through, I don't think, but I mean, I guess we're gonna find out here in a sec. Or I guess we'll find out in a rather interesting way if there's actually any issues or not. And here I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for a nice little ride and go on the bike, maybe talk about like some things. And here I go, and well, here's content. Picked it up on Wednesday. Had the oil changed and all that. Wasn't a really big deal. Maybe there's a wire or something that came loose. I don't know. It just says check oil. There's not a huge puddle of oil in my garage. There wasn't a huge puddle of oil underneath the bike when it was done with the oil change on Wednesday. He test drove it too after he did everything, and it's not obviously. I don't know. Maybe when I shut it down and turn it back on, maybe it'll figure itself out. Maybe it'll be like, no, it was just a faulty sensor, or it got glitched or something. But I mean, I sure hope to hell that my oil pump hasn't failed in here. S&S oil pump and all that. Like, oh, fuck me. Like, quite literally, fuck me that an S&S one would quit out and damage or just be fucking done over the Harley one, which I put on like 20-something thousand miles with. Weird. Well, I guess we'll also check my oil level once we get out here, get stopped and whatnot, but I do not suspect that there will be a surprise there, that there will be oil on the dipstick, and it's not gonna, I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. I would assume that with an air-cooled motor, and if it didn't have enough oil in it, it would have seized by now. But oh jeez, they're ridiculous, man. Now, obviously, I'm thinking that this is a fluke, but I guess we're going to find out here in a sec. Okay. Shut the motor off, and it shut off. Okay, now I'm weirded out. I gotta leave it in neutral, otherwise the bike's gonna roll forward. Alright, I'm gonna fill up quick, guys, and I'll pick this up right after I fill up with gas. So be patient. Alright, we're back. Gas is filled up. I'm gonna see if I have oil all over my dipstick quick, as I try not to burn myself too bad. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of oil in there. Don't suspect that that's an issue. Let's make sure that bitch is back on tight. Now we'll see if that fucking light comes on, or if I need to. Yeah, that's on. It's on good. I know that's not checking the oil level. I want to make sure that there's actually oil being churned up in the pan and all that, you know. Okay, I flip kill switch on. Neutral. Still. I am going to be going back home now. And I'm going to have to try and figure out what's going on, or take it to the guy that I had do the oil change on my bike and see if he can figure out what's going on. Obviously, it's a little concerning when he had the bike for, you know, a day to do the oil change. Not a big deal. Oil changes are oil changes, but the fact that my oil light is on saying that I have low oil pressure, that's a little concerning. Assume is the problem more than anything, is that there's a pressure sensor that's no longer functioning, or we got a big problem with the cam chest, which, whoo, if that's the case, you know, with 3,000 miles on the, or no, like 4,000 miles on the cam chest, man, I don't know, that's 4,000 miles with the S&S cam chest upgrade with the oil pump and all that, and it does that. Oof. We in for a problem. Realistically, I was gonna go to the Clockworks pre-Sturgis party over in Mitchell on Thursday, but if my oil light's on, I don't have an answer for why, I might not be able to fucking go. Which this just makes my, if you watched my previous video about motorcycle woes and being in the mindset of wanting to switch to a different bike already after having this for a couple years now, this only just makes it a little bit worse, to be honest, you know. Actually, I've ridden this bike more than just from when I picked it up, because I rode it to work on Thursday. Rode it to work on Thursday, and then I rode it home, and there was no lights on, so why all of a sudden is there an oil light on? Ooh, the plot thickens like gravy. Hopefully, if I'm going to post this video either probably tomorrow or like Monday, so if you guys see this and if you reach out to me and I don't have an answer, like if you guys have experienced this on an M8, I'd like to know too. The bike seems like it's running just fine. Like I said, it's an air-cooled motor. If it didn't have adequate lubrication, it would get really, really hot, and then it would fucking seize up because it would burn off what oil remains inside it, and then it would just seize up and stop. Where I made that ride up there in a few minutes. Now I've ridden back down, and it's like what, 78 degrees? Like not hot, but I mean it's definitely not gonna be like cool. It's definitely not gonna be super cold to like cool this motor down to the point where the oil's not gonna get vaporized, you know. Why are we using the brake? It is a 25 mile an hour zone. Hopefully I'll have an update for you in, you know, as soon as possible. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in another video. Hopefully your ride is gonna go better than mine. Adios.